We did some really stupid stuff while we were implementing this project. So the purpose of this project was to take water from the road that is like municipal water and put it all the way in the back by the barn, because I want to turn one of the barns into a commercial kitchen. And you can't have a commercial kitchen unless you have county or like not well water. So this is 1,300 feet of PVC. And this was the smart part. So we hired somebody with a trencher and he put down the PVC. You can see me riding my four-wheeler. There's the stable. You can see the Quonset hut. We're going to go all the way past the dairy barn, and that white building up there is my commercial kitchen. And there's Dylan putting it in. This was the smart part. We did a great job. All of this turned out perfectly. Buried, no problem with the water line whatsoever. But here's where we get to the dumb part. Because Dylan had a trencher and he'd rented it for the weekend. And we thought, hey, let's have Dylan do some other stuff while he's here. So one of the first things that we did was we accidentally cut one of the lines. So there's Jim pulling out his handy dandy grinder because we have uncovered a line, and that line looks like it goes to nowhere. That is not true. The line goes to a water trough. So there he is with this line sticking up in the air that we think goes to nowhere, and he's digging it up. The problem is we had turned off the barn water just in case the line was hit, and that line was not a dead line. Enter problem 2. After we cut this line, which I had to fix later on, and also dig up the part that we buried, thinking that it wasn't a real line, we then got into trouble because we asked Dylan to dig another trench with his fancy trencher. And when he did that, he hit another water line, and the only problem with that was that this water line was at the main house. Not only did he hit a water line, but he also hit it at about 7 o'clock on a Saturday evening, and Lowe's is closed then. So we didn't have the part. We had to drive to a neighbor's house to get the part. And we were really lucky they had it, because otherwise my 80-something-year-old mother, who was alive at the time, would have not had water in her shower or bath or anything to wash her face. So here we are on our ride. Luckily, the neighbor had the part, and so we ended up going back home, and we fixed the leak. But here's Jim having a very well-deserved beer at the end of the night. It took us about a week, but we eventually got all the water hooked up and all the pipes connected and everything working.